talk shows made a good radio program. Now, they went to recruit from Memphis, George D. Hay, to come in and be their station manager. George walks into that WSM studio, first artist he lays eyes on that microphone, Uncle Dave Macon. So his eyes light up. This is what I'm looking for. This is the kind of music that's going to reach people's hearts. So he takes the job, and he's on the microphone himself, calling himself Solemn Old Judge. And a few short years later, out of his mouth come those infamous words, "Now live from the Grand Ole Opry." So the rest is history. He becomes like a booking agent, booking more and more talent to get on that microphone. So as he has more talent to that opera show, an industry grows up around that talent. Management offices, song publishing, booking agents. And a lot of those booking agents would book that opera talent from California to New England. And frontmen would once again go paper the town with show posters, announcing a tour passing through town. Now, have y'all heard of Minnie Pearl? Everybody heard of Minnie Pearl?
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Y'all can stay on the bus. Minnie Pearl used to say, all you need is a hat show poster to let the town folk know opera's coming to town. Now, a lot of these music pros all opened up their offices in the same neighborhood, and they started calling it Music Row. That's where we're going. RCA out of New York City did not have an office in Music Row to start. They just leased space from this Methodist church organization. They put a very talented man in charge of that leased operation, his name, Chet Atkins. So one afternoon, Chet Atkins was in that leased facility, and he cuts a song called Heartbreak Hotel for an artist named
Elvis Presley.
Say it.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley. The rest is history. Chet and RCA said, we've got to have our own recording studio. So Elvis is one of the prime reasons RCA Victor was opened and built. Cost $39,000 to build, opened in 1957. So it's often called the house that Chet built. In this Music Row area are three businesses that do the same thing. BMI, ASCAP, CSAC. Now they monitor the number of times a song is aired, pay the songwriter and publisher. My favorite example of a songwriter and publisher, Dolly. Dolly got a big boost in her career when she appeared on the Porter Wagoner television show. We have a great video of that in our third floor theater. Dolly was doing duets with Porter Wagoner in the studio. She says, I was so excited. She said, I was so excited when I recorded in the studio for the first time, I hit the building with my car. So she said I was a hit from the start. So she got to where she didn't want to be tagged with Porter Wagoner any longer, and he sure wasn't very happy about that one.
Yeah.
So she literally wrote the song, I Will Always Love You, to smooth his feathers. Now she's earned millions of dollars off that one song, but she's a prolific songwriter. So she's earned multi-millions off of her songwriting. And she rains down millions of dollars on folks. If it's a fire, a flood, a pandemic, children's imaginary library. Her latest, if you're one of her employees and you want to go to college, she'll pay for it. So if I was needing to go to college, I'd be beelining it to Dolly's right now. She'll pay for your college.
Wow.
And she just dropped $1 million on her Vanderbilt Children's Research Center, not the first time she's done that. And she loves Studio B. When we turn in on 16th Avenue, we're going to pass a building that houses the Quonset Hut. And the Quonset Hut is where Owen Bradley in 1955 recorded Kitty Wells, Conway Twitty, Loretta Lynn, Patsy Cline, Brenda Lee. The front of the building has Columbia Studio A, where Johnny Cash recorded, Bob Dylan recorded. Y'all may take photos in the studio with flash, but please, no video or audio recording. No video or audio recording. If you don't mind to take a moment right now and go ahead and silence your phone.
changes. average lifespan for man back then was 39 years old. Quote Jefferson, "I cannot live without books." He had the largest library known to man, and he sold his personal books for $23,000, 6,500 volumes of books, and he restarted the Library of Congress. Oh, no, 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 no. The president is about to come.
Oh, that's cool.
Let me check the schedule. They're not signing this document. And only 39 people signed the Constitution. George Mason would have been 40. But when they put it in front of him, the Constitution, George Mason refused to sign it. His biggest concern, how do we protect ourselves from the government? They're like, shut up, George. And he lost all of his friends. Now, George Mason was a mentor to George Washington. Jefferson said that George Mason was one of the smartest men that he knew. But George Mason hated politics. He hated politics. He was a grumpy old man. He dealt with gout. And he simply did not sign the Constitution because it did not have a Bill of Rights. Do we have a Bill of Rights?
Yes.
Yes, we do. But they credit James Madison for writing that, and they credit Jefferson with writing the Declaration of Independence. If you read George Mason's writings, you're going to think you're reading the Declaration of Independence. Also, George Mason wrote the first Declaration of Bill of Rights for the state of Virginia. They used that as the foundation of the Bill of Rights. So although we don't know much about George Mason, he influenced the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights. So he's the forgotten founding father. Bill of Rights is super important. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, right to petition the government, freedom to assemble, freedom of the press, right to bear arms, freedom to a fair trial, things like that. You know? So.
So what happened was that George Washington would be inaugurated president in New York City in 1789. Moved to Philadelphia, you guys, in 1790. 1797, John Adams was inaugurated in Philadelphia and moved to Washington, the new capital, by 1800 for Congress to open. I'm telling you all this because originally the city of Washington was 100 square miles, 160 square kilometers. And the city was cut because of the 1846. Virginia wanted to keep slavery legal, and so their portion went back to the state, and then the rest remained Washington, D.C. So if we were to become a state, we would be the area where we are now. We would change our name slightly to Washington, the Douglas Commonwealth, instead of Washington, the District of Columbia. So Frederick Douglass would be the focus instead of Christopher Columbus. Okay? So we're going to come back and hit these after we go to Iwo Jima. We'll start with Korea, finish at the Vietnam Memorial Wall, before we hit the White House and then the Capitol. Nice even flow. We're on Independence Avenue, as in the Declaration of Independence. The other street that we were on a little bit earlier was Constitution Avenue, the laws of the land. So, Iwo Jima, Mount Suribachi, Sulphur Island, off the coast of Japan. There was a battle as part of the Pacific Theater of the Second World War from February 19th to March 26th of 1945. and these Marines were shown raising the flag on Mount Suribachi. Ira Hayes, Renee Daniel, Howard Schultz, Harold Schultz, Michael Straight, Harlan Block, and Franklin Southsley. The first three survived the battle. The last one can't really see the eternal flame of John F. Kennedy's grave. That, you guys? And also, the 3rd Infantry Division of our Army are the ones who guard the Tomb of the Unknown here at Arlington. And it's a volunteer position. It's very prestigious, you guys. And it is done in 6, 12, or 18-month increments. So they walk 21 steps, you guys, pause 21 seconds, and then they repeat it throughout the shift. Okay? Well, plenty of time to think. Are we gonna, is it halfway open or not? If not, I don't know, but I ain't trying to. Tower, 1953. No, 1949 with 53 bells. In gratitude for all the help we gave them. This is stunning. You can see it with the snow on. Very beautiful.
Until I broke the rules, my life destroyed. Life destroyed. Until I walk awake, scream my mind, I shout, the ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break? Can I take? Can I be your superhero? Superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Fly away. It's the first time of today. Today. To dream, believe. You are the strength, you're all I need. Need. Oh, gonna give it a shot. Only one of me to shield you all from the enemy. You're a superhero. You're a superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Can I be your superhero?
It's going to be 93 this year. Dr. Arnie Lanning in Michigan. So he was on my tour. The sad thing is he was blind, so he couldn't see his own picture. Next to not Alan Alda, who looks an astonishingly amount like Alan Alda. Hot guy. And then William Howard Taft was Supreme Court Chief Justice. Now, Dr. Moten was the head of the Tuskegee Institute, and due to the prejudices of the time, he wasn't allowed to speak from the top level. They made him speak lower on the stairs. Horrifying, isn't it? And so Mr. Lincoln allowed him to come up to the main group. He integrated the
Oh, wow.
This is 17th Street. You got the organization on there.
Law
On your
keepers.
left.
brick building with the gold cap on it, that's a Starbucks. So most of us are going to finish up the tour here at the National Archives. U.S. Constitution, Declaration of American Independence, Bill of Rights, 19th Amendment for women voting rights, copy of the Magna Carta Nuclear Ban Treaty. 7 days a week for free. You can go inside. It's only closed on Christmas Day. Now I want to point out this little block of marble. You see that white rectangle block of marble? It actually says in memory of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. My favorite president, by the way, if I had to pick one. Roosevelt wrote in his will, "I want nothing but the size of my White House office desk to honor me." They built it for him. In 1997, they said, screw his will, he's dead. Let's build him 7.5 acres. All right? But that was all Roosevelt wanted. Okay? Department of Justice to your front left, the DOJ houses the Office of the Attorney General. The FBI was they rededicated this memorial, so you're going to see a brand new wall of remembrance with 42,000 names of Americans, majority have been South Koreans. Okay, you're going to have the pool of remembrance. It says freedom is not free. There's a quote on the ground: "Our nation honors the sons and daughters who answered the call to defend a country they never knew and defend people they never met." To mention Korea to an American in the 1940s, one probably would have said, who is Korea? What is Korea? Where is Korea? They knew nothing about the place. They also did not know that it could get 30 below zero. So frostbite was a major issue. Now they have a black Vietnam, so reflection. But they have 2,400 faces sandblasted into the wall. These are faces of people who actually served. But if you have 19 statues with a reflection of 19, that gives you the number 38. Conflict lasted for 38 months. It's also symbolic to the 38th parallel, which separates both North and South Korea, heaviest Garda Peninsula in the world. So Korea conflict to some, forgotten war to others, from 1950 to 1953. All they did was sign a ceasefire.